Usually at some point while talking through a plan, drafting a plan, having it signed with clients, the people will ask me, do I need to share this plan with my children? Do I even need to discuss it with them? And I get it. This is a private matter for many people. Many families do not want to talk about their finances with their children. They don't want to think about getting sick or passing away and discussing that with the children. Maybe they fear upsetting the children. I'm Patrick Cauley with Keystone Elder Law in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, and I wanted to just go over some reasons why it might be a very smart thing to do to discuss some aspects of your plan with your adult children. Number one is if you become incapacitated by an illness or when you die, your adult children or perhaps some close friends are going to play a very important role in your life. We are not as independent as we like to think we are. We are interdependent, and that becomes especially true the older you get. So if you become incapacitated by an illness, will your adult child or children even know if you have a power of attorney, which can be a lifesaver for everybody involved? Will they know if you have a will? A trust? Will they know which attorney to contact? Will they know what financial advisor to contact? These are some basics to go over with your family. Let them know that you do in fact have a plan, where to find it, what it's used for, especially if they play a role in it, such as, they're going to make decisions with your power of attorney for your best interests. Number two, even if they know that you have an estate plan, they know you have a power of attorney and a will, maybe a trust, do they know what accounts you have? Now, this gets touchy because some people are less open than others to talking about how much money they have in accounts. But even if you don't tell them how much money you have, at least make a list of which banks, which financial institutions hold your money, your retirement accounts, any investments. It's just going to make life so much easier if they have to suddenly pay your bills, make sure that insurance premiums are paid. If they have to carry on life because you're unable to do it, or if you pass away and they have to make sense of your estate, that's going to go a long way to making life easier for your adult children. Number three is if you completed a healthcare power of attorney and living will, which I hope you did, that's part of a holistic plan, then you've made some decisions about the kind of medical care you would want if you are no longer able to speak for yourself to the doctor. Have you discussed it with your children who might be the ones talking to the doctor? Sometimes what it says on the page does not get over to them the idea that you had in mind. It doesn't convey what you've seen in your life, maybe with your parents or a sibling or a close friend, their end of life journey and the kinds of quality of life decisions it caused you to make. You don't want your children thinking about that for the first time at the foot of your hospital bed. So I really, I understand this is not light dinner table conversation, but talk to your children about when the time comes, if I can't speak for myself, this is what I have in mind. I get to a certain point, stop trying to extend my life. Instead, keep me comfortable, help me make the most out of the time I have left, but don't take heroic measures. You might be surprised. They might push back, and then you have to explain, well, this is important to me, and have them understand and accept your values and wishes. They might be perfectly supportive, but it just really helps for them to know it. Finally, number four, if you have a will that leaves everything equally, or maybe it leaves things unequally to members of your family or to people outside the family, you might want to explain that. Why are you leaving everything that way? Maybe it's because you were gifting to an adult child during your lifetime. They needed some extra help for whatever reason. Maybe you want to leave some extra help to somebody that another child doesn't really need. But you don't want them guessing at what your rationale was, and a little conversation goes a long way to avoiding bitterness and resentment, fighting among the family members, because you don't want your legacy to be that people aren't talking to each other because of how you did your estate plan. These are all just some basic reasons why you might want to have a conversation with your adult children about your estate plan. And we can talk about this in person and craft a plan for you if you want to get in touch with us. KeystoneElderLaw.com is where you would find us. 717-697-3223. We would be happy to guide you through a plan that will work.